Hey guys, okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the heavy lifting of the FOF that has to be done. Okay, the thing is, it's really about a certain set of ideas that everyone is expected to know. Okay, there are just certain ideas that in order to be a member, you actually have to be familiar with. Okay, and the problem is that in order to know a lot of these ideas, it takes you, a long time, a lot of reading, for example, a lot of very thick textbooks. Like, you got to become familiar with the works of people like Voltaire, the people like Rousseau, the people like Locke. Okay, the people like Hobbs. Okay, becoming familiar with works like Leviathan. Okay. Because if you want to understand the Commonwealth, the states in which you live, these things have to be understood, right? But the challenge that you face is that material can take years, okay? So the first heavy lifting goal, the first challenge that this group is actually going to overcome and really push forward through is to take those ideas and those principles, okay, and put it and distill them into something which is something an average person can read and not take a year or 2 years to try and understand. But still have the distilled knowledge, still have an understanding of what those things are, okay, so that if someone were to be quoting Hobbes or were to be quoting Locke, right, or Rousseau, they're going to know immediately what it's about without having, they can fill in the blank because they have an understanding of the core concepts as opposed to the broader strokes, the wide idea notion, which they don't need to fill in the blanks because they're not actually in the beginning of the French Revolution and during the French Revolution, right? So the idea is that these people actually who come through are going to have to summarize this material, okay? And what I mean is distill it down into something which is actually easily understood by the average person. So if that person wanted to study it, they're going to read through and have a very strong understanding of the principles behind what actually moved and changed the French Revolution. The people behind the French Revolution, what changed their ideas to and values to a higher level, a level of consciousness. And it's kind of like slavery. When we abolished slavery, courtesy of the movements behind the scenes, once our awareness had expanded, we never went back. Okay, so in that same way, the first parts of this group, the first people who come through, the heavy lifters, the prime movers, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to take these ideas and then summarize them in a way in which the average person can read them with just a little effort and have a very strong understanding, a very clear understanding of what the actual principles are. Okay, because right now they're just empty words. So say, for example, if you were to ask people, what is freedom, right? How do they picture that? Okay, well, who knows? Like, if you ask someone, what is equality? They may have some idea, but there's no specific concrete measure for them. If you ask someone, what is liberty? Okay, describe liberty. Okay, and there's no specific, very concrete idea on what that is. Okay, and that's the problem that we face right now, is that the general public do not have a clear idea of these notions, right? So the idea of this group is to clarify this for the general public. Okay, make this essentially common knowledge. Okay, and it starts at home. It starts with these people actually being willing to take that material and make it available to the general public in a way that is easily understood and the principles can't be ignored. Okay? Alright, cheers guys.